Hi, Jewish Mom. So I want to talk today about an interesting comment that one mother put on one of my posts last week. I put a post called I put up a post last week called the Jewish Mother Olympics, and the final line was the difference between the real Olympics and the Jewish Mother Olympics is that every Jewish mother wins the gold medal every day. Okay, so one mother responded and said that's not true. Not every woman, not every Jewish mother deserves a gold medal every single day. So I want to kind of explain why I wrote that and why I still believe this is true. Why every single woman why every single mother deserves the gold medal every single day. So first, I want to start with a story. Something very, very interesting happened to me this past Shabbat. I have a friend, and I visit her every Shabbat morning. And many times when I visit her, there's another friend who visits the same friend every Shabbat morning. And what usually happens is that she's leaving. She's kind of like finishing up and leaving when I come. And she's like a French mother who lives in the neighborhood, who lives in Givat Shaul, which is next to my neighborhood. I always see like her little kids. This specific Shabbat when I came, her girls were playing jump rope. Outside. Just walked by them, saw the mother, whatever, and I always make small talk with her, like, where are you from, where do you live, da-da-da, whatever. And so this past Shabbat, then my friend, our mutual friend, said, do you know that Sarah, who's the woman who is always leaving when I'm coming in, do you know that Sarah is actually, she is the Eshet Chayil of the entire country, the woman of valor of the entire country? Like, what do you mean? She's the woman of valor of the entire country. What do you mean? So my friend explained that she was voted, Mishpacha magazine in Hebrew, they have a contest, and they basically women compete to be ranked, to be named the Eshet Chayil of this year for all of Israel. And this woman, who I've made small talk with on many occasions and whatever, and never really realized that she's that there's really anything. She looks like a lovely person, but that there's anything so particularly amazing about her. So she was the one this year for 2017. She was the one judged, named the Eshet Chayil for the whole country. Okay, so basically, my friend explained to me that this woman, she has Shalom Nida, a very sick daughter, whose name is Ora Bat Sarah, if you can add her to your davening. And Ora Bat Sarah, when she was, I believe, 6 years old, she was getting stomach aches. It turned out that she had a very large cancerous growth in her abdomen, so the mother, in response, she had to do something to bring some kind of light to her life. She was just kind of spending so much time in the hospital and doctor's appointments and chemotherapy, and so she realized she had to do something to bring some kind of light into her life. And so what she decided to do is, she loves chocolate making, and she started a chocolate making company. I'm sorry, I'm going to mispronounce this. It's called Chocolat Delice. That's a French for delicious chocolate, I believe. And she has a company, and she spends hours and hours a week working this. And she said for her, what it means is that, is kind of focusing on what's sweet in life, chocolate. Not only focusing on the disease of her daughter, but that it's become a springboard for her to work on having more sweetness in her life. And she sells her chocolates every Friday for people to, and she makes lots of chocolates for her own family to eat as a Shabbat treat. And she's the Eshet Chayil of the country. So this was a very strong. I was kind of blown away by this experience. This is someone I've met many, many times on Shabbat. And I never really realized that there's anything really so special about her. And really deep down, there's something, she has this quite an incredible story. And in fact, so this past Shabbat, the girls who were jumping rope, that I had to kind of figure my way out how to get by them. This is her daughter, Ora Batsara, and kind of the center of this whole story. So this week, B'Bli Neder, I'm planning to, Mishpacha made a beautiful, beautiful movie about Sarah Balulu, who's this woman, and it's very, very moving. And I plan to, I hope, to translate it and put it up. So this reminded me. Last week in the Netivot Shalom, I was reading that every person, just as Avram Avinu had 10 challenges, so it had 10 nisyonot, every single one of us had 10 nisyonot. Not only Sarah Balulu, she had a specifically very, very hard challenge, but every single person, everyone watching this, all of us in our lives, we're going to go through 10 challenges, 10 nisyonot. And that's part of it. That, I think, is part of why each of us, I think, gets a gold medal. We're going through these challenges, and none of us are having such an easy, smooth time in life. Life is full of challenges. The amazing thing that the Netivot Shalom says, as a side point, is he says, this shows, this nisyonot are Hashem's way of showing how much He loves us. Right? You think you're getting a nisayon, it's because God's angry at you? No. The opposite. Hashem loves you so much. He knows that through this nisayon, that you're going to find that's a springboard. It's a springboard to achieving your personal mission and purpose for coming into the world. We can only do that through going through these difficult challenges in our lives. It's Hashem's way of showing how much He loves us. Okay, so why do I say that every woman, every Jewish woman, deserves the gold medal? Because every woman's going through nisyonot. Every woman's going through challenges, whether we know it or not. I met Sarah Balulu many times before realizing that she had any sort of story which would qualify her as the Eshet Chayil of the entire country for 2017. Who knew? Obviously I didn't. But I think every woman, so every woman, let's say the women who are at this moment not going through one of their 10 challenges. Okay? Things are pretty just regular life as a Jewish mother. So why does she get a gold medal? Because I think that we as Jewish mothers, just doing what we do, getting up in the morning, getting the kids ready, taking care of our children, going where we need to go, taking care of the house, taking care of our kids, and taking care of our spouse if we have a spouse, doing what we need to do and living a Jewish life, keeping Shabbat and keeping the holidays and keeping the halacha and raising our kids to be Jews. And I think that we look around us and we say, well, everyone's doing it. Well, everyone's doing it. We look around ourselves and we see only Jewish moms, hundreds and thousands maybe of Jewish moms in our communities. But really, not everybody's doing it. We're very special. We're like a minuscule percentage of the mothers in the world are doing this, are living as we are living. That's a very challenging life. Having relatively large families, and living a Jewish life, and that puts a lot of demands on us, and raising our kids and prioritizing family and home is very challenging. It's very, very challenging to live as we do, and I think so. So probably a lot of you are thinking, but there are mothers who are bad mothers. There really are mothers who are bad mothers. So I had a big nisayon in my life that I think all of you know about, which gave me new perspective on about bad mothers. Okay, so as I think all of you know, I lived in a neighborhood called Nachlaot, and there's a group of people there, very, very sick people who were molesting children, and these were people who derived pleasure from emotionally, physically, and sexually abusing children and large groups of children for years. And these are people who, unfortunately, I knew them. I knew these very, very sick people. And these are people who felt zero guilt for doing so. Men, and unfortunately women also, were involved in this group of people who were really, really abusing children very severely. And they felt no guilt for really destroying children. That was what gave them pleasure. And that experience of coming into contact with people who actually enjoy hurting children, very, very, very sick people, it gave me new perspective about regular moms, with our successes and our failures and our good days and our bad days. I heard something very interesting years ago, 15 years ago. right after I gave birth to my third daughter, I participated in a project called M. It's a special project in Israel. It's an organization which pairs up experienced mothers with young mothers. And so I had a mother who visited me every week for that year, 15 years ago. And the interesting thing was my mother who visited me, she was the founder of M. Her name is Marcia Cates, amazing lady. And she's the former ombudsman of Hebrew University. And lovely, lovely person. She was my M for that year when my daughter Mayan was a newborn. And she told me something that really stuck in my mind. This is someone who worked in psychology. She was a psychology professor at Hebrew University. So obviously she knew a lot. She did research on mothers. And so she knew a lot about mothers, and she had met over the course of, through her organization and through her work, thousands and thousands of mothers, and heard thousands of stories about thousands of mothers. And I can imagine that quite a few of these stories that we hear, we think, oh, that's a bad mother. She was a bad mother. She's a mother who did a bad job at raising her children. But Marcia said something that got to me. She said, every mother is trying to be the best mother for her children. Every mother. And it's possible, this is my perush on what she said, so there are mothers who need help. There are mothers who need to work on this trait or that trait. There are mothers who need to, take better care of themselves so they can take better care of their children, or maybe need help in various ways so they can be better mothers. There is such a thing as that. But every mother, I believe what Marcia said, every mother, no matter what her failings are, is really, really trying to be the best mother for children. Not that she doesn't need help, but she really is trying. And I think that my experience with the nachlot, with these kind of very, very sick, crazy people, really brought into my focus, how regular mothers are so good. How we're really, really trying to do our best with our failings and with our mistakes and with the things we need to work on more. That we're really, really trying to do that. And I think for trying to be our best, I think all of us deserve a gold medal every day. That's why I said it. Okay, so in conclusion, I got a letter on one of my posts about I made like a passing reference saying that every Jewish mother deserves a gold medal every day. And one mother wrote in and said, no, that's not true. Not every Jewish mother deserves a gold medal every day. So I told the story of meeting Sarah Balulu, someone's an acquaintance who I've met on many occasions. It turned out that this mother is someone who's going through a very, very huge challenge in her life and has responded to it in a very beautiful, even heroic way. And she was Mishpacha Magazine's Eshet Chayil of 2017. And so I think that all of us, even if when we look at people, we don't know what people are going through, we don't know that every single person, and every single mother within that goes through 10 challenges. According to the Netivot Shalom, experiences 10 challenges in her life. And so just through going through those challenges and dealing with it, each of us is really a hero. Each of us deserves that gold medal. And every Jewish woman, even if that woman is not at this moment going through a specific challenge, every Jewish woman is living a Jewish life. We're making family a priority, making a Jewish life a priority, and that is very, very challenging. And I think that every single mother is really, that's something that I heard from a psychology professor who had done many, many years of research on mothers and motherhood. So she explained to me, she said, every mother, despite her failings and this thing that she does better, this thing that she does worse, every mother's trying to be the best mother that she can be. And in that way, each of us, every single mother deserves a gold medal every day for trying, for being there, for showing up. Okay, I want to bless all the Jewish moms with an amazing week called it.